A while back, I came across a YouTube video featuring Mohammed Yunus, CEO of Grameen Bank and the Nobel Peace Prize winner, whose bank was established to provide microcredit to poor people possessing no collateral to help them establish creditworthiness and financial self-sufficiency. In the video, Mohammed shares his social fiction of the future. Social fiction is like science fiction, except instead of imagining a future world of technical marvels like beaming people across the galaxy from a spaceship to the surface of a planet and back, it imagines a world with a new social order. And like science fiction stories, which inspire the actions of real scientists to great advancements, social fiction inspires and draws the actions of real people to create a new and better social world order. In Mohammed's social fiction, he imagined a world that was absolutely free from poverty. It was an ambitious dream that drove the creation of his business and his success. A dream like Dr. Martin Luther King's, which has fueled many diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts for many decades. Dreaming and creating these powerful social fictions, however, is not something that should be left to only a few special people like Mr. Yunus or Dr. King. It's something we should all do. Each and every one of us can come up with our own compelling social fiction, from the ERG leader to the CEO and the company CDO. Creating this social fiction of the future that we want, or sometimes what we call visioning, is an important factor in creating the energy that drives many pockets of people forward towards a new and better world. So here is my social fiction. Here's the world that I imagine that guides all the work I do and all of my actions. I imagine a world where workplaces and businesses reflect the population of our world and where everyone enjoys a sense of equity, belonging, and inclusion. A world where people's pay or fees reflect their contributions without any skewing for or against them, driven by illogical biases. A world where we've learned to embrace our common humanity across all differences with empathy. A world where our advances in artificial intelligence have been harnessed to remove pay disparities or preferential opportunities for any groups or people. A world where law enforcement protects everyone fairly. A world where we celebrate and respect each other's customs and holidays. A world where diversity, equity, and inclusion are factored into every single workplace, workforce, and marketplace decision. A world where resource groups and diversity, equity, and inclusion leaders are an intricate and permanent factor in every business decision. A world where if you want to learn about racism, inequality, or bias, you have to visit a museum or read an ancient history book, because these things have no longer been a part of our lives for so long that they are just basically stuff of museums. Just by imagining this world in my social fiction, I am exerting a powerful force that marshals my energy and the energy of the universe around me towards that goal. My mission, which is to develop DEI leadership at all levels towards creating that world, is based on that social fiction. I am, however, just one spark. If though I can ignite your imagination so that you build a complementary social fiction of your own for your organization or your resource group, and you in turn ignite others, then we can collectively work together to birth that world that we imagine into the realm of reality. So I invite you to join me in doing your own group or company social fiction. Create your story that is compelling and that draws in the energies of others in your sphere of influence toward creating your own piece of that puzzle that collectively has been called our beloved community. Remember, no matter how hard you work to address one-off challenges in your company or see some short-term opportunities, if you don't imagine that end state, that social fiction that you want to build, that story that pulls you and others toward it, it probably won't happen. If, however, we free ourselves of the restraints of the present and imagine a bigger, brighter future tomorrow, it will happen. Because the bottom line is that we all have the power to create new and exciting realities. All we have to do is first dream of them. So I invite you now to dream with me.